Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. My name is Desiree DeMars. I'm your host, and today is Monday, September 19th, 2022. It's definitely feeling like fall, and I'm excited. I'm going to see family in the Chicago area this week. So I'm looking forward to that and grateful for the beautiful weather. So I'd like to just dive right in and invite you to get settled into in any way that looks for you by just tapping into your breath, slowing down, becoming present in the space that you're in, and making sure you take a couple, at least 2 or 3 deep cleansing breaths where you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And you're just simply allowing your face, head, neck, shoulders, and jaw to relax. And imagine your spine sinking deeper and deeper into your cushion, elongating that space between each vertebrae. And then imagine a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens and anchoring you all the way down to the center of the earth. So just imagine that connection to Gaia, the sacred and divine feminine, Pachamama. And feel that spark of connection with her iron molten core. Feel that activation that happens synchronistically with your body, with your hemoglobin, with your red blood cells, with your health and vitality. Feel it being activated through your conscious awareness of being grounded into it, and you are a part of it. You are from it. You are a star that came from the heavens, and you are a part of your star nation. The consciousness that came in through stars and ignited life force here on this planet. And perhaps as a soul, you came in even sooner. Maybe you had a sensation that you wanted to be, or just a knowing that you were meant to be here as a human in this lifetime, to be present in this lifetime, in this human experience, to fulfill some aspect of your soul's destiny. So just feel that sense of remembering that this activates, of knowing, of sensing, where it's the iron that came to earth, that created chlorophyll, all the life forms that have to do with oxygen, carbon dioxide, and the balance of things. Oh, I just love that feeling. So just feel that connection to star nations and that you are a part of that. And you'll feel that naturally the energy flows back up, almost in a spiraling, circular sensation, that spiral of life as it flows upward. Activating all of your chakras so that all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And as you feel the chakras opening, activated, aligning, just know that you are activating these frequencies of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, again, spilling out over the top of your head like a fountain, infinite and eternal. And now this brilliant white light is infused with the rainbow. And I'd like you to imagine again, if you will, from up above, imagine this sacred triangle of golden light, a golden thread, a golden river, a golden ribbon, right through that central channel that has now been activated and aligned, and you feel this foundational triangle of golden light. You can imagine 3 orbs, one on each shoulder, one above your head, connecting you to the net, to the Akka field, to all that is, to the great mystery. Kind of like we're in our own little rocket ship and we're just checking all the dials, turning everything on, tuning in. And now we've activated the sacred Merkaba that's within us that reflects the golden web of light that surrounds us and is activating our higher sense of awareness of the emotional frequencies that vibrate in our energy centers, starting at the base, which is joy, peace, strength, courage at the heart, gratitude, humility, and divine love. And just imagine those essences, those energies within you are now activated, opening the heart and creating a coherence between the heart and the brain. So that whatever wisdom is received today in this reading, it is a recoding, right? A recoding. It's helping us remember that we are the coder, not the code. So we are recoding that code that's within us and bringing us into a higher realm of consciousness, or a higher realm of conscious awareness about how we can remember, have a soul remembering or a reclaiming of the ownership of our own power as a creator, no longer a victim. Sitting now as the creator or a co-creator with all that is, everything that we're connected to. And then imagine again, this beautiful toroidal field that has expanded out is now flowing up and down on its own accord. An energy field of intelligence. And we'll call in all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. And all of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Sit in the sacred circle that we are creating for wisdom and guidance about any inquiry that you have today. In fact, in the next breath, imagine you're sitting in the I am presence of your intention that you're holding in your heart, the attention that we're giving to it through this reading, through the sacred symbols, and then the essence of the holo movement, the flow, the movement that is ever present in everything, but everything is changing, everything is evolving. It's a dynamic hologram. And then calling in all of your guides, angels, teachers, guardians, those seen and unseen, the magical and the mystical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers. And to all of our ancestors, come and be with us. Sit in this circle as we expand our awareness from this home within into the room that we're sitting in, and then out even further into the land where our ancestors once walked, and where our ancestors still walk and continue into the future, right? Through all the elementals that exist now will become our future. These thoughts, these creations will become reality in the future. So we invite them in too, so that if there is healing or awareness that needs to be received today on that level, it will also be acknowledged. And then finally, calling in all of those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. Come and be with us. Come and be with us on this beautiful fall day of 2022. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it would be what, your spring. We welcome this time of transition and we sit in gratitude for all that will be received, knowing that all that we are receiving will also be given freely to all those we come in contact with simply by our essence of being present. So again, nice deep breath and relax. And I'll just rattle a moment to bring that brain and heart coherence into a theta and alpha state. Oh, and I apologize. I think I keep forgetting to adjust the setting on the volume, and it's doing a noise cancellation, I think, when I'm rattling, but you get the energy, you get the gist. And so I'm going to invite you now to blow into the basket 3 times with that intention that you've been holding in your heart. Thank you. And then just bear with me as I share my screen so that this camera that you're looking at, you can actually see what I'm seeing or get a better view of. Okay, here we go. You'll get a bird's eye view of the spread. There you go. And I think that's hit full screen. So, all right, here we go. Oh, somebody flew off. I see what it is. Wait, last night when I was organizing this stuff, everything went flying out of the basket. And this morning, the thing for toes. Okay, so this kind of flew over here, which is, let me see. This is what flew off the board today, and that is our 3rd chakra. Wow. So power, 3rd chakra energy right off the charts here. Let me adjust this so you can get a little better, a little bit more of a bigger picture. And I will shift the field here as we move through the reading. But for now, I think this is great. And so you can see that you've been following, this is the inquiry. And this piece of coral is opening pretty much to the entire reading, which is really beautiful. It's like a spiral coming this way and flowing into what it is you're asking for. What it is, your hands were outreached and you were standing on the ground and asking for guidance. This is what's coming in. And so this grounding, it's interesting. You've got another person. It could be a partner, a coworker, somebody that you're involved in some kind of a relationship or work situation with. But they're grounded. There's something about they're open, they're grounded. This is the earth, the element of earth. And you've got at the base of your inquiry today, whatever that is, you've got the great ones here, a 2 and the shaman. And then right next to shaman, we've got passion and your heart. So Oh, and second chakra. So interesting. So it's like here, and we have eagle condor. Here's mother. Oh, this is perfect for me. I'm going to see my mother very soon. So whatever is foggy or unclear, it's time to receive. You can just be open to receiving, to be receiving something from a new perspective, from that bigger picture that I spoke of a moment ago. And just allow the heart to feel passionate. Know that you are your own medicine. You can feel this, you can sense this, you can know this. And it is activating the heart and your second chakra. And right at the base of the inquiry, we have it's interesting. It's the sun's, no, it's the chakras at your hands, at the soles of your feet and your hands. So yeah, it's like as if these portals are open, right? These main arteries of information, receiving, giving and receiving are open and receptive. And here you are, so interesting, in a kind of more internal state. I've really been feeling that. I love connecting with friends and doing some social things, but I've just been feeling what's so important is to really have a lot of quiet time, a lot of focused alone time, either in nature or just at home. I mean, I live in nature, so I just love being outside. And it is very introspective. This is Bear. So it's kind of it's a time of introspection, of receiving. And we've got an ancient one right here at the center on the mother's side. So they're here protecting, guiding. So if you want to tune into them, the ancient ones in your maternal lineage would be good to tune into. Great to ask for help, because they will bring in help through your throat chakra and your third eye. That's what's kind of going on here through even being in nature. Pachamama is bringing forth this third eye and throat chakra. In fact, the crown, you've got ancestors. This is father, young adult, and grandmother on your father's side. And then I said earlier, mother, great ones, grandfather, grandmother, grandfather on your father's side here. Oops. Okay, you can't see that here. I'm pointing to this. So it's pretty interesting that really surrounding us today are the ancestors are really in this interesting configuration, most of them right here around you, around this idea of healing, around this idea of grounding you and a partner, coworker, the others, you and the others, bring others into grounding, or be around people that you feel grounded around, people who are grounded and aligned. I noticed that very clearly. I was just with a group of friends for breakfast. It was really fun, but wow, some of them are not grounded. Just so, because then you're in a field of chaos, you're in a field of, a lot of distraction. A lot of drama and trauma, which I'm sure we each have plenty of ourselves without having to tune into another's. So yeah, oh good, I've got that in there. So yeah, so what's important in the bigger picture is that we're having actually a soul retrieval, so to speak, a soul remembering. That's what this regaining of power is about, remembering on a soul level who you are and what you came in here to do. And I say that, I mean Earth. and it's because, buffalo tooth is all about receiving, right? Provision. So know that you are being provided for. You're being provided for whatever it is you want to create, whatever it is you want to do. As long as you're in alignment and you're grounded, you'll be able to manifest it, right? You'll be able to manifest if you're grounded. And what's important around all of that is community. So however you look at that, your Zoom community, your community that you live in, all of it, it's about living and being more aware of the oneness that we all share, that we all want health, wealth, prosperity, joy, And that is the path that we're all on, and we can support each other because there is more than enough for everybody. We are moving toward this idea of unity, right? Unity is diversity, and through diversity is the only way to have unity. There's no way you can put things in boxes and divide things up and then think there's going to be some kind of unity in that. It does not work. And our culture is a great example. I mean, we are, things are falling apart. And in fact, here is the blueprint. So that's interesting. What's under the blueprint is that frog upside down, the collective is going through huge changes. I would say it's like the Fool card, right? Just hanging upside down, or the hangman. And it's all about co-creation, coming back into a place of co-creation. That's what's underneath this foundation. This is the body, the physical body. It's saying you got to get yourself grounded. That is key, right? That's what's key also to being able to be in higher realms of consciousness, is have it grounded. I mean, I know from my experience of traveling around the world, working with shamans in other countries, is that those that go into deep trance states and work there, they always have a helper that is there literally with a cord, right? Staying connected to them and helping to bring them back. So that's a beautiful symbol of what it is like to be with those that help ground us, reel us in when we need to be reeled in, or wake us up when we're not being conscious. And this is all about, our frequency. So it's about being more attuned, more understanding of, finding greater understanding about our frequency. And this is how all of our dreams come true, right? Good for one wish. We have the wish token here. So it's all about, in order to receive all that you are seeking, you got to be grounded in order to tap into those, or to be able to manifest those higher states, or at least in a balanced way. Obviously there are people out there that seem absolutely crazy and they're genius, and they still manage to create somehow. So I suppose there's always exceptions, let me put it that way. But, back here, we've got, next to this whole idea of the blueprint, so there's a lot of emotions going on. Uranus is on top of it. So things are happening sudden and unexpectedly. Boy, I am finding that every day practically. But pay attention to the animals around you. Really utilize your power animals for calling in, for talking stick, really communicate with them for guidance, because as we know, when there are times of crisis or trauma on the earth plane, and the weather even is a good example how animals feel that first. And we can learn so much from that. And this is interesting, this configuration of the eye of God, we've got the fork in the road around this evolutionary process that we're in, which is fascinating. So it's like, how can you look at that? The eye, the inner eye, the bigger picture is like going, wow, we're really at a fork. It feels like humanity is at a fork in the road in our evolutionary process, in understanding all that is the great mystery. If we want to take another leap forward, and here's the great ones, all the greats, greats on your paternal side, the paternal lineage. And this is what needs to be released in order to move forward, right? Is the masculine, what no longer works with the masculine, and become a warrior for, this is Mars. Take action to move forward toward a vision of abundance, a new vision of abundance, a new way of being abundant, seeing abundance, being in alignment with abundance. And this is all about what is not yet created, right? As an ancestor, this little bone represents maybe a child that's not born yet, or a child that was lost, whether through miscarriage, abortion, death, premature death somehow. That which has not yet been created fully, right, is still in some kind of formation stage, or never completed its full stage, and is now, into a whole new level of creation, another form. And so there's something here to be said too about your home. Make your home, I would say, a sacred place where you can have ceremony easily, very simple ceremonies, nothing fancy, 2 to 3 minutes. My mediumship teacher, Suzanne Gieseman'ns, I'll put the link below the recording, has a beautiful meditation. She says everyone can at least meditate 3 minutes a day. And she calls that her offering, the sip of the divine, which I just love. Because yes, we are in a rebirth. And there's physical, you're going to feel physical changes, but you got, again, stay grounded. That the medicine about the physical changes that are going on is here from Sea Lily, which is all about these deep roots, deep roots, really root yourself. And this is the moon, yeah, because, what's being amplified and surprising will be this wave of emotions. I notice that. It's like if you really give yourself the time to breathe, to tune in when something suddenly shifts or changes, it's like, wow, okay, what is that triggering? What is that releasing as far as an emotion or a feeling? And really tune into that. And then that will bring so much insight. So much insight. Okay, and then we've got timekeeper. So, all right, as you just soak in what I just shared. Let me see. Oh, wow, so close. Okay, right in front of me. Timekeepers. Things are moving quickly. So it's a time right now, things are moving quickly. I know astrologically, this triple conjunction that we had, or we're in, that we're being affected by, and I know a part of that is our North Node, Uranus, this expression of who we are in the world. Here's the heartbeat. It's this huge Plutonian shift is happening, and we are blasting through the Kuiper belt too, and all this light, this angelic energy. Take time to reflect on that and know that yes, this piece about home that I said, it's like have some space in your home that's just, even if it's a chair, it could be that simple, a cushion, where it is just, that's your space to tune in to these higher realms, the angelic realms, and things will move even more quickly and have more clarity when you give yourself time to reflect in your home. Because what that will do is just having a commitment to that for yourself will bring forth this idea and this essence of the sacred union with the self, right? This Celtic knot in the heart, sacred union with the self. To thine own self be true, right? Because if you are true to the self, then you are true to whatever you come through with your blueprint, which I just think is fascinating. But this thing is up in the air, and I've never seen it like that. It's actually almost like resting on the belly and the feet of the frog, which is the collective, right? Resting on the collective so much. I think we're hanging in the balance, right now. And so that is so beautiful. Down here or up here towards you, really fascinating. When I was talking about Mars, look at this little collection of planetary energies. We've got the ancient ones, the masculine, the paternal ancient ones, really standing for sacred truth. And this is really, again, in your father's lineage this is what's being affected by the sun, Saturn, the Saturnian energy, the structures, the belief systems, the power. But here, in a lot of amplification too. Here we have Jupiter and Mercury about communicating, right? Communicating. Speak about what you wish for. Speak about your dream. Share it with community, right? Share it with whoever you're with. Share it with I just love that when I'll be somewhere in a public place and I somebody the other day I do volunteer sometime at the Folk Art Center, which is a beautiful place here in Asheville on the Parkway. And this woman could not make a decision about something she loved. Everybody she was with told her it was gorgeous, get it. I said, is money an issue? Absolutely not. I just can't decide. And so I asked her about whether or not she was familiar with muscle testing. And she kind of looked at me like a deer in the headlights, and her friends, they just kind of chuckled because nobody knew what that was. So I just demonstrated it and gave her an idea of how she could use it. She said, I'm terrible at making decisions. And I said, well, you ought to learn more about muscle testing. So that was really sweet. So that's a really grounded way, again, to tune into the self, tune into what's going on in the bigger picture. And I think what you'll find is here's your vision, right? So whatever this vision is that you're going to speak of, share, help to be of service to others. This is the work of the soul, right? The work that you came into the world. And it's resting on the lock, which is really fascinating. We've got Neptune at the handle of the lock. So it's like, what is kind of covered up? Now, notice though, it's not the part where the key goes in, it's locked up. It's like something else that is just holding it there. That reminds me of, what is it? The Seven of Swords card, where you would just be like, you see two walls and somebody that feels like they're trapped in there. Like something seems inaccessible or locked up, but the truth is there's two open walls, but they're facing the closed walls and they're not seeing that there's infinite possibilities, but it's behind them. So with your vision, just allow for support from the universe, from these higher realms. Open up, feel your crown chakra opening. This is where downloads are coming in right now. And sure enough, here's air. So this element of air, it's very refined. You have to shift your perspective. Here, I told somebody the other day in a reading, like you have to attune or reattune your spidey senses right now, right? It's like pushing the boundaries even within yourself to something even greater, something even more, which could mean something even more subtle. Doesn't mean you get hit on the head with it. It's like, duh. But it is in essence kind of like, hey, it's more about what is internal. Here's Buddha saying, yes, it's internal. It's in the inner eye. And this is what you want to be receiving, the inner guidance, right? The inner guidance. And we have Venus, right? Eagle condor sitting on Venus, because it's saying this greater perspective of co-creation, of the shaman within, of being your own medicine is what the mother is teaching. Right? Even though it's a little froggy at times, but you have plenty of protection. You've got the ancient feminine on your father's side. The women, the ancient women on the masculine, they are really there supporting us to evolve, to move forward, right? To receive whatever it is this intention is that we are holding in our heart. Totally holding in our heart, in the passion. So really, right, really tune into your passion right now and let your heart guide the way. What a beautiful message. Wow, that felt jam-packed. I'm sorry, I was trying to get through it all. And of course, we don't need to look at all of the images, but just the key ones. I'm going to stop share now and come back to my screen. Let me get rid of this. Oh, so sorry. My little wait for my, I'm sure you heard that. That'll be interesting to see in the recording if that got deleted. But that was a beautiful reading. Thank you, everyone who joined me, and whoever you will be sharing this with. Please like and share. I'll try to remember what I said. I asked Suzanne Gieseman'ns. I'm going to share her Sip of the Divine. I think I have before, but I'm happy to do it again. And I just send all of you great blessings this week. Hang in there. I know we're getting closer and closer. Something I wanted to share, which I have said before, but we're coming into the timing of this right now, is this kind of creation point or full expression of this, of the eclipses that happened previous to this, and then the triple conjunction are going to come station almost direct, I believe, station direct, if I have my lingo correct, end of September. So starting now into this first week in October coming up, we are really going to feel the like culmination of all of this that's been, that we've been feeling on some level, that's gotten us to this point. So whatever's been brewing all summer for you is now coming to fruition this fall, which I love fall. So I invite you to welcome that, to tune into that, and feel your heart filled with gratitude for whatever it has brought you. So again, let's take a deep breath in. And I'm going to rattle for a few seconds to just close the circle. Gratitude and appreciation of all that's been received, and may all those we come in contact with benefit in the same way. Aho. Thanks, everyone. Happy fall.